Hey guys, Chris of the Polish Geek and welcome to another video. Actually, a first impressions video because as you see, just got God of War Sons of Sparta and about to start playing it, and let's see how it goes. Is it basically one of those spin-offs that we didn't know we need? Or maybe it's gonna be an enjoyable spin-off that works but isn't essential? Or is it gonna be a completely pointless game that just that just they made for the sake of lacking ideas? Although so far it certainly doesn't look like it based on what I see from the trailer, so it seems like it's gonna be a quite good Metroidvania game, especially that I do really like Metroidvania games. Plus, as much as I want them to continue the series, as I just said in the video about the announcement of the remake of the original trilogy, as much as I think they very much continue the series, I actually think that it's a good idea to still revisit the Greek roots. After all, that's where God of War started actually. So yes, I think the Metroidvania game taking place in the Greek era and of Kratos as a Spartan warrior, which means that the prequel of the prequels, the prequel of the very past, how it all started, basically sort of an origin story, since this game takes place even before Ascension. Because again, young Kratos and his brother Deimos as training to be Spartans, but I think that this is actually the best way to revisit the Greek mythology era. After all, again, Greek mythology is how God of War originated. So I think to keep God of War's origins alive, I actually, through a Metroidvania style spin-off prequel, is actually the best way to revisit Greek era. So let's see how the game is doing. Time to start playing God of War Sons of Sparta. Well, I'm certainly a huge fan of the game's opening of Calliope, the daughter of Kratos, whom we haven't actually seen. I mean, we did see her in the flashbacks, as well as in Elysium in Chains of Olympus, actually, but now we actually see her fully alive and playing around and then getting reprimanded by her father, and then Kratos choosing to tell her his story of how he trained as a Spartan. Really love that opening. This is a perfect way to establish that this is the past version of Kratos that we have never ever met before, actually, outside of several flashbacks in Ghost of Sparta. Kratos back when his family was alive and how he's telling a story to his daughter of how he was training as a Spartan warrior, which again reinforces what I just been saying before I started playing this game. This is the prequel of the prequels, the very past of God of War that yet hasn't been explored before, but I'm already so hooked into this now. And now the game opens with a boss battle against a Cyclops, which again shows Kratos long before his full glory. Because if we all remember, in the games, the Cyclopses weren't actually bosses, they were basically like regular enemies, but here the Cyclops is the very first opening boss, which again is a nice way to show that this is Kratos long and long before his full glory, when he was only in the beginning days as a badass warrior that we all know him as. And then after a fight, Deimos rips out Cyclops' eye and the classic style God of War orbs are coming out. And I also have to say I'm a huge fan of the voice actors for Deimos and Kratos. I really think they fit so well for the young Kratos and Deimos.
Sparta.
For Sparta, then.
For Sparta, brother. Let's go home.
Also, I have to say, I'm a huge fan of the visual art style and look of this game. It's kinda gives me the vibe of those Greek mythology illustrated books I frequently was reading as a little kid, actually. Really love the look and visual art style of this game, as well as the color palette. And combine that with the nature and beautiful landscapes of the ancient Greek nature is just amazing. And yes, clearly for the save game it seems like now we are gonna be having campsite, which actually makes perfect sense since we are training to be Spartan warriors after all. So yeah, where else would we be relaxing during our journey other than the campsites? And here we are now in Sparta itself, training to be Spartans. I've already actually seen some people complaining that this game is nowhere near as epic as the other God of War games and barely feels like a God of War game, but well, yeah, what were you expecting? This is Kratos as a young Spartan warrior, actually not even a Spartan warrior, basically a young Spartan recruit training to be a Spartan warrior. Like, this is far cry from a god-slaying Kratos that we are all used to, actually. So if you're expecting this game to be basically like another epic God of War game, then I'm sorry to break it to you, but obviously this wasn't gonna be it. Again, this is Kratos at his very earliest days. This is like the furthest in the past we've ever been within the God of War timeline. Like, this is young Kratos and his brother Demas training to be Spartan warriors. Like, at this point, I don't even think either of them ever knows that one of them will become a god, let alone slay a bunch of gods. So, yeah, like, this is exactly what this game is supposed to be. The combat is also quite fun. Can't say the enemy variety is particularly big, but again, we're only in the very beginning of the game so far. So far, I have to say, I'm enjoying God of War Sons of Sparta, and I'm having lots of fun time with this game. Is it as epic as the other God of War games? No, but it's the point. Again, this is very much supposed to be the story of the smallest scale story, basically, and like, basically, Kratos at his weakest. Because again, I keep having to repeat this constantly, this is Kratos as a young man training to be a Spartan warrior. Basically, not even a young man. Kratos as a teenager training to be a Spartan warrior. Nothing else. Like, it's not gonna be an epic slay the gods, slay the Greek monsters story. Like, again, once again, this is supposed to be Kratos as a teenager training to be a Spartan warrior, nothing else, and I think this game does a really impressive job for so far of actually making me really enjoy this and making actually me pretty much hooked, even though it pretty much tells things we've already known anyway, actually, at this point. And I'm looking forward to see what type of Greek mythology monsters we are gonna see on our journey. Like, the first boss so far was the Cyclops, and it will be pretty interesting to see what other Greek mythology monsters that the series still haven't done yet will actually meet on our way. And I'm also curious to see more of the Kratos Deimos brother dynamic. Plus, also, it's gonna be interesting to actually finally see Kratos actually living with his family. Because again, Calliope and Lysandra, his daughter and wife, what we've been seeing so far are really flashbacks, really, but we've never actually seen what Kratos' life was like with them. So it'd actually be quite interesting to see that. I mean, we could very much infer from all the flashbacks and all, we could easily infer from it, but still it's gonna be quite interesting to actually see that. Again, once again, do I recommend this game so far? Well, I'm still pretty much in the very beginning of the game so I can't really recommend it, but right now I think if you want a good Metroidvania game, and I love Metroidvanias, and if you want a Metroidvania game, then I think this very much could be it. I mean, we'll see when I get further in the game, but so far, I'm really enjoying it. And if you're a God of War fan, then it depends. If you want an epic God of War game like the previous games, then this probably might not be a game for you. But if you understand that, again, this is just supposed to be Kratos as a teenager and nothing more, then as long as you like Metroidvanias, I think you should very much try this one. But again, we're only in the very beginning of the game, so we'll see where this is going. But so far, I'm enjoying it, and I will review it fully when I beat it. So, thank you all of you for checking out this first impressions of God of War Sons of Sparta. Press the like button, please subscribe to this channel, and I will talk to you soon in another video. Talk to you then, bye!